grateful for such a beautiful life I'm blessed with. My beautiful family, friends, accountability partners, mentors, coaches, my team members, my clients. I truly appreciate every single one of them. And just because of them, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. My business is not a hobby. It's not a fucking hobby. I'm going to think bigger. I'm going to act bigger. I'll provide the best possible lifestyle to my family. I'll provide the best possible deals to my clients. And I'll do that by attracting the right kind of people in my life who are going to put me on the right path, right track. They're going to help me become the best version of myself. They're going to help me become a better father, better human being, better person, better realtor, better negotiator, better investor, better businessman, better leader. Because at the end of the day, I do intend to improve. And every little thing I do today will help me create these perfect end results. I'll become close friends with the movers and shakers of the world. I'll make a huge contribution in my community, many parts of the world. I'll make $2.5 million this year. I'll donate 200K this year. My net worth is going to be way over $100 million by December 31st, 27. I'm getting in the best shape of my life with a six-pack and toned body. And now I command the universe and my conscious subconscious mind to give me health, knowledge, wisdom, passion, focus, humor, whatever the fuck it takes to make this day the most exciting, the most profitable, the most productive, the funnest day of my life. And with that, I'm complete.
Now, if you're not pumped up, man, after hearing that, you might be dead. All right, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I get that every single day from you. I'm just grateful for the energy that you bring to me, to my family, and to our mastermind group. It's just been a phenomenal experience being with you. So thank you.
Likewise, bro. Thank you.
I'm being like very polite. We usually talk like we swear at each other and whatnot.
Yeah, so like
there's profanity today from Eddie. Just maybe the kids shouldn't watch because there's a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot, but that's okay. That's just Eddie. All right. So I have some questions for you. Maybe we could help the group right now. In this situation. So how long have you been in the business in terms of real estate sales?
Okay, good question. So I initially got into the mortgage business about 20 years ago. And within a matter of 2-3 years, I opened my own company. At one point, I had 100 loan agents working for me. This was before 2007-8 fiasco. But in 2007, I pretty much lost all that. The mortgage company was gone. And I don't know if in Canada they had short sales, but short sales became really popular in California. So I started doing short sales. And that's when I was introduced to, the real estate market. And I started doing really well in short sales, but in 2012, that market evaporated. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what the hell? Now what do I do? And then I joined Intero. I noticed that when I sell real estate, it doesn't matter if it's a $200,000 property or $3 million property, same work, but I make a lot more money. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go after high end. So I decided to work with Intero, which is a high-end brand. And that was about 7 years ago. And that's when I started traditional real estate.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So since then, I mean, you started as an individual, and today, are you still an individual selling 50 to 75 homes a year?
Basically, I'm still, so one thing was when I was running my own company, even when I was doing short sales, I realized that, I was trying to motivate people and it was hard. I mean, market is always changing. And I decided to go on my own because I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to roll up my sleeves and start working. And when I joined Intero, I've been an agent. However, when you're working hard and when you're doing well, you attract people. And I've had some people who just organically came to me and wanted to work with me, which is fine. So I do have basically a transaction coordinator, and I have a marketing coordinator, and then I have an assistant slash, basically he's my confidant. He's my best friend, and he's been with me for 20 years. So he does everything, all the running around and all that good stuff. Then I have a couple of part-timers who I didn't look out for them. I just attracted them. And they do open houses and they'll do some buyer sales, but majority of the business comes from me.
Got it. So by being, just the, hard worker that you are, just completely relentless, and you start to attract people to work with you.
Exactly.
They're not officially on your team, but you do have some help.
That's right.
Yeah. So with that, doing 50 to 75 transactions a year and, crushing $1.2 million a year in the high-end market, right? Being a single agent, that's phenomenal. So congratulations there. So you earn about $1.2 million a year, and you're pretty much a one-man show. Can you share with us right now the daily schedule that keeps your mind strong, especially during this?
Yeah. Again, my one thing that has saved me is I've always been looking out for people and reaching out to people who are going to bring the best out of me. And, uh, and the reason why I bring that up is, I mean, it's not like every time I get up in the morning and I want to yell affirmations. I want to sleep in. I don't want to get up. But I know John is waiting for me, and my accountability partners are waiting for me. And so what I do is I create this accountability where if I want to take a day off, I need to call 7 people, and they're all waiting for me. Like affirmations, gratitudes, and workouts, blah blah blah. So there's no way I would want to make those calls, because I've made it so challenging for me to take a day off. I just can't. So I don't. So one thing like John and I started doing a few years back, every morning and every evening we do gratitudes, which we highly recommend. And these are some of the easiest things to do, but they're so powerful. And John and I have been doing that, and we initially had the penalty of $500. If we didn't do it, we'll pay each other $500, and we do it in the morning and before we go to sleep. And another accountability we have is gratitudes in the morning, and also we started doing meditation. So John and I, we have this relationship and accountability where we do a lot of things on a daily basis to work on our mindset, because you know what, in this atmosphere, you cannot control the politics, you cannot control the coronavirus, you cannot control the economy, but what you can control is this, right? And how do you control this? By having good people around you. So my schedule, I still get up around 4 in the morning, and I would get up and I'll make my coffee real quick. And John, you want me to talk about my schedule right now or before this?
How about right now? Yeah,
Oh,
just so
right.
people
Okay.
can follow up and
Yeah.
maybe like a differentiate between what you are doing now versus what you were doing before.
Yeah.
Kind of adjusting your mindset to what we're going through. We're all going through the same thing. So, any tips and tricks that has been effective for you?
Yeah. So I'm a big believer of, investing in yourself. So I typically spend about $5,000 to $6,000 a month on investing myself. I make personal trainers. I have, a Spanish coach, a communication coach, and all these accountabilities that I have every morning. So right now, what I do is I get up around 4, and 5 o'clock, we have this Zoom thing that we do with John and I, and we have a bunch of people. John and I started it in the beginning because we had a personal trainer. We would go to the gym and would talk to each other every day. But when this happened, John and I are looking at each other like, dude, this is crazy. What do we do? And then we thought about it like, hey, why don't we do a Zoom workout? And then it was just the 2 of us about 3-4 weeks ago. And now I think there are about 20, 30 of us that join every day. So what we do is 5 o'clock, I'm glued to the Zoom screen, and we start with our affirmations like the ones I did. And then we'll do our cardio, we'll do a little strength training, we'll do stretches, yoga, we'll do meditation, visualization. And then Anthony Morel, he does a quick chat and, just like a little powwow, and gets the day going. And I think we get everything done in about 70 minutes, 75 minutes. And then I'll spend a little bit of time with my kids, get ready on my desk by 7. At 7 a.m. I do, I'm also pretty active on social media. I have this schedule. So if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, like between 7 and 7:30, I'll do a quick video, let the world know, hey, what's happening in the market. Because right now, especially right now, social media is huge, right? You can't even talk to people. So you need to be out there. And one thing I would recommend is when you're doing social media, when you're doing Facebook, 80% of your time should be 80% of the post should be business related, and 10-20% your personal. So I do that. I make a video related to real estate, and then 7:30 I usually have a role play, and then from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm usually hanging out with John and like making calls, prospecting, and lead follow up. And the thing is, once you do that, I mean, you won. Like once I get my schedule from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m., you win the day. Everything else will just come along. I mean, usually then you have follow-up appointments, calls to make, all that good stuff. But as long as you make your 30, 40 contacts by 12 p.m., man, it's a good day. And that's what we've been working on, John.
Yeah, great. So great. What I'm hearing is like the consistency, the schedule, putting in structure so that you don't sway away from that. And as long as you master that 5 a.m. until 12 p.m., we've won the day. And we can't control anything else outside of us. But
Yep.
if you can get that, just get that down,
Mm-hmm.
you won, right? So now tell us a little bit more about, because that's a mindset part. That's a
Yep.
mindset portion. Now, in regards to our businesses, right? What specifically are you doing right now to pivot in this market, especially in the high end market?
Okay. So John, you've known me for a few years now. I'm a very relationship oriented guy. That's just how I am. And when I tell John, I love you, John, I really mean it. Like, that's just how I am. I'm like really emotional when it comes to developing good relationships. And at this age, at this point of my life, I don't want to work with or be friends with or do anything with people I don't want to work with. You know what I mean? So that's just how I am. So majority of my business comes from referrals because I try to do a really good job with maintaining relationships. And I'm sincere when I'm making those COI calls. I'm sincere. Hey, John, how you doing, man? Do you need anything? Can I help you with something? How's your family? It's like these are sincere calls. And I'm not expecting anything because it is a call to a COI and they can feel it. And most of the times things will come up. Hey, Eddie, how's the market? And then you start talking. Well, there are 747 homes pending in Santa Clara County and blah, blah, blah. And then the conversations will come up. Hey, we're thinking about upgrading or downsizing. So the point I'm trying to make is at this time, it's all about building relationships. Mike Ferry said a really good statement. He's like, this is the time to build your database. So if you have, expand your database. So if you have 200, make it 400. If you have 500, make it 1,000. So keep adding people to your database, and you would be surprised. There's so many people who are not in your database. People, your dry cleaners, your car wash guys, your mechanics, all these people. Anybody you're paying money to, like even $1, they should be in your database because they like you. Chances are they like you, and they need to be in your database. So what I'm working on is really expanding my database, even with the agents. I mean, like I get so much business from this Mike Ferry organization and the agents that I know. Like it's amazing how it pays for itself. Like I was telling you, I spent about 60,000 a year on personal development from different kind of coaching, but it pays for itself. It pays for, because you know what? You're expanding your network.
Right.
And I am a firm believer your network is your net worth. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you connecting? Especially we can't meet people right now, right? So are you strictly connecting through social media? Are you asking other people to introduce you to expand that database? How specifically are you doing that right now?
Yeah. So certain things I do when I start prospecting, I start with my regular call a few expires, call a few just sold. Because those are, again, you're getting leads. I mean, it's a time to accumulate leads as well. So if I have a really good conversation with them, I'll add them to my list. But as far as my COI is concerned, I reach out to them. And I know if they prefer text messages or call or email, I know who they are because I've gotten to know them. And then I just stay in touch with them, like, hey guys, how are you doing? And typically they'll call me back and we'll connect. And, you know, think about this for a second. Imagine getting a call from your attorney right now or your insurance agent right now. Hey, John, Tsai, how are you, man? I just want to know how you're doing. How good would that feel? Like, same thing. I mean, and you mean it, you're genuine. And that creates the bond, that creates a synergy, that creates that relationship, which is going to last a lifelong time. That's just, people are going to be like, wow, this guy really gives a shit.
Yeah.
And you have to mean it. You know what I mean? Because if you have that commission breath, like, what are you, like, do you have any business? They're going to be like, no, it's not going to work.
No.
So yeah, you have to be genuine. You have to mean it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a lawyer call yet asking how I'm doing. Actually, I haven't gotten many calls at all. Makes me kind of sad, actually. But I did get a couple calls from my clients, actually. I was super surprised. And,
Yeah.
from the receiving end, It feels so good. My
It does.
clients checked up on me. He sent me a WhatsApp text. He's like, "How you doing? How you holding up, John?" I'm
Yeah,
like, "Damn, I'm the one supposed to be doing that,"
I
and
know.
it feels so good on the other end. So
Yeah.
can you imagine, guys, that if you when you reach out to your family, friends, your past clients, center of influence, how they're feeling when you make that call, right? They might not be doing any real estate right now, buying or selling, but guess what? You reached out when they needed you the most. Who are they going to think about when time comes looking to buy or sell or refer business? It's going to be you, right? Thank you for sharing that, Eddie.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask, I mean, just to whole change gears, as successful as you are right now, you learn a lot of lessons, from when you first started in real estate. What would you do differently if you had started all over again?
Mm. You know, I wish I had known um, I wish I had known how crucial it is to maintain these relationships. So first 13 years in my career, I would be chasing the next lead. You know, it
Oh,
was
wow.
always fun. It was like, okay, now next. As soon as you close, I don't want to talk to those guys.
Mm,
So imagine all the people that I could have stayed in touch with the first 13 years. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. But I don't know the people who worked with me 15 years ago. I don't remember them. They don't remember me because I was never taught, or I was never exposed to the idea of maintaining and building your database. So if I could do anything, I would just, because guys, we need to be in a situation where 10 years from now, you don't have to pick up, like right now, I can honestly say, I don't have to prospect and I can do 30 deals a year, which is good money in San Jose. You know what I mean? It'll ring, I'll do it. But the thing is, I want to expand. I want to do 60, 70, 80, 100, 200 deals a year. So that's why I keep working. But imagine if at this space, if I keep adding people in my COI, 10 years from now, I don't have to really worry about prospecting that much. Not that I'm going to stop, because I'm never going to stop. But how cool would it be if you're just, you're going to do 10 deals a month by just showing up? And it's only going to happen if you start accumulating those leads and nurturing them and putting them in your COI. And that's how you grow.
yeah, it's such a great point. And so if you had to do it all over again, you would spend that 13 years just building relationships, keeping them.
Totally.
And if you had done that right now, you'd probably be doing 100 deals a year,
Absolutely.
not even prospecting,
Yep.
right? And one of our coaches, Larry Kozak, from the past, and he would tell me, you know what, John, if you build that database of past clients over to 1,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to do 100 deals no matter what market.
Exactly.
And that applies today, right now. Like if I didn't have a database, I'd be struggling really hard. So from the get-go, you guys, you've got to build that database. It's the 10% rule, right? If you have 1,000 people in your database and you call them quarterly, mail them quarterly, you will do 10% of business from that. So you're going to do 100 deals per year just from 1,000 people database. Could you imagine what your business will be like if you built that database every single day, right? So thank you for that point. And also, since we're all here, like, what are the two pieces of advice that you can give to the crowd? We have people that have been in the business 15, 16 years, 20 years. Brian Hatch is like 30 years. And we have some brand new agents on this call. What are the two pieces of advice that you can give them?
Okay. Number one is enthusiasm beats talent any day. So
Wow.
be excited. Be excited about the business. Because if you're not excited, people, they don't want to work with you. Be excited. And you know what? But the funny thing is, you can fake it. You can fake it. If you just have the Superman posture, if you have your shoulders, like standing tall, and you're feeling good, it's Anthony Robbins talks about it. It's all your, it's all about your physical, just the way you move yourself, right? And even if you're not confident, just show confidence, and eventually you'll get it. So enthusiasm, that's number one. And number two is surround yourself with people, go-getters, who are gonna be like, screw you, man. You have to get up at 5 in the morning. And it doesn't, I'm not saying that just because John and I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, you have to get up at 5 in the morning. It doesn't matter. You can get up at 6, 7, 8, but have a schedule. Be a man. We talk about integrity a lot. John and I talk about integrity. Have integrity to yourself. If you tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out 5 days a week, and you don't do it, that's, you know what I mean? You don't believe in you. Who the hell is going to believe in you? And what happens is when you stop believing in you, when you stop believing in you, then you start hating yourself. You stop liking yourself. And if you don't like you, then who's going to like you? You know what I mean? We as human beings, we have all these, all these things in our heads. Oh man, I'm not good enough. I don't work out. I eat like shit. I'm not prospecting. Okay, get to it, man. Have accountability partners, and you're in good hands. John Tsai, he can hook you up with all kinds of people. Join us at 5 a.m. if you can. Have accountability and be committed. Like John and I, we paid each other like, I don't know, $2,000-$3,000 over the year, but that's okay. It does. But you know what? That's the best investment ever, because here we are now. It's like a second nature. Like John and I, it's like brushing your teeth. You get up, you do the gratitudes. It's like so cool. So yeah, two things: be enthusiastic, and number two is surround yourself with people who are gonna take you for a ride. They're not gonna, because you know what? We human beings, we take the path of least resistance. It's really easy to sleep in, easy to eat. But what was that quote, John? What if you do what's easy, life will be hard, and if you do what's hard, life will be easy. Bam. So that's it. Just stay committed, and that doesn't mean that our life has to be all robotic. Man, like John and I, we have a lot of fun. Once you're done, if you have your schedule from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then you work a couple hours in the afternoon, do whatever the hell you want. Life doesn't have to be all rigid.
Yeah. And thank you, Eddie. You are one of the most enthusiastic, expressive people that I've ever met, guys. And for the first year that we actually called each other at 4:55, I'll be like, hey man, how you doing? And then on the other end, I would hear this guy go, my ninja,
Yeah.
my boy,
Yeah.
how's your day going, man? And I'm just like, dude, like, and then I started being more enthusiastic. So guys, who are you guys hanging out with that can bring that enthusiasm to you? Because remember, enthusiasm and energy is required to sell a lot of real estate. And I ask the group all the time, who wants to do more deals, right? And who wants to make more money? You need to have that energy and enthusiasm. So hang out with us, guys. Eddie, thank you for what you've shared today. We have 3 minutes left. I want to open it up for any questions from the crowd. Anybody, any questions for Eddie? I don't want to be John's neighbor. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, okay. Any questions, guys?
Eddie, what is the, outside of Mike Ferry, what's the best course that you've taken on developing an incredible mindset?
As far as sales or overall?
Yeah.
Sales, okay. I really follow Grant Cardone. So I've been to, so check this out, talking about reaching out. So I am, like John knows me, I am more about investing in myself. So Grant Cardone had this thing in Vegas a couple months ago, and I bought the best possible tickets. It was a $10,000 ticket. I sat in the front and I was high-fiving John Travolta and Usher and Mayweather and like, bam, hey, and I'm like right there. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pay you 10,000 if I sit right in the front. That's the only way I'm gonna join you guys. And that was a year ago. So exposing yourself to different things. And, you know, Grant Cardone is all about sales. Again, we only have a couple of minutes, so I cannot go too much, cannot dig in too deep. But yeah, look out. Grant Cardone has, you know, great products, and, you know, work on your salesmanship skills. John and I, we, you know, often role play every day, and we think about different ideas, like working on different scripts. So it doesn't matter who you work with. I mean, yeah, Mike, what I like about Mike Ferry is I like the discipline, right? But it doesn't, it doesn't hurt to put something on Facebook or Instagram or reach out to Grant Cardone or Tom Ferry or whatever. Whoever can give you something that's going to work for you, just take it.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
it's constant. It's a journey for
Yep.
more education to be a better you every single day. And you know, Eddie always tells me this. I'm just having fun, you know, in the journey of becoming a better me. Right? You're not attached to the outcome. You just want to have fun every single day, being a better you. Right? And that's what I learned most from you.
Bro, there's like, let me ask you this. I read in a book, most of us have a very comfortable lifestyle. Every single dollar that you accumulate, you're going to leave it for your kids. You know what I mean? You are. And two things about your kids. If your kids are good, they don't need your money. And if your kids are dumbasses, you can leave $1 billion for them. They're going to lose it. So what are you really working for?
Right. Wow.
So what are you really working for? So what I'm working for is, hey, you know what? I want to have fun. I want to really improve myself. Forget about accumulating properties and millions of, that's just going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I'm not attached because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about leaving millions of dollars for my kids. For what? If they're good, they're going to make their own anyway.
Right.
So what I want to do is I want to have fun. I want to have fun. And I just want to be, you know, just like doing this kind of thing every day, you know, hanging out with people like John, reaching out to Grant Cardone, high-fiving John Travolta. Why the hell not? You know,
Oh,
that's
good. What time every day are we doing this?
5 a.m.
5 a.m., Michael. I'll send you
What are
the-
we doing at 5 a.m.? I get up at 5 a.m. and I do my meditation, so I can change a little bit my schedule.
Let's go. Click in, Carol. Let's do
Okay.
it. We do workout, HIIT workout, and then yoga, and then breathing, and then visualization, and then we go into a conference call. We have Anthony Morel from California inspiring us as well.
John, you can add up to our Facebook private account as well.
Yeah, I'll add you. So one more question from Jack Tsai out of LA. So he has 300 to 400 people. He added most of the people he knows already. What is the best way to add new people to my database now?
You know, there's, you know, also, John, remind me, there's a sheet that the cheat sheet is called, you know, Mind Jogger. What that means is you think about all the people that you know, and they may not be on that list. For example, maybe it's the heater mechanic guy, or maybe it's your car mechanic guy, right? Maybe it's the guy who does the laundry, right? Or maybe a restaurant. Maybe you go to, I don't know, Taco Bell, and you see this guy all the time, and you are good friends, but he's not on your list. Why not? Right? So think about all those little things and keep adding. Hey, John, remind me. I'll send you that list. It's called Mind.
Yeah. I'll send it to Jack afterwards. So
Yeah.
Eddie, thank you. We have run out of time now. How can we reach you? How can we follow you on social media? Send you referrals of Silicon Valley.
Just Google my name, Eddie Oberoi, and you know, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm all over. Reach out to me. Anything I can do for you guys, I'm here.
All right. Thank you so much, Eddie, today. And I just wanted to acknowledge, you know, how good of a friend you've been to me and my family, and God bless you. Thank you so much today. And thank you for being here, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Let's go kill it.
Likewise. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you.